there anyone you won't sell to?
No, I'll sell to anybody who's, respectful and who is thoughtful.
Have you noticed any difference in cultures, that some negotiate harder than others, or some are better negotiators than others? Some
Yeah,
people who never negotiate anything.
Listen, I'm half Jewish. If I was full Jewish, I would have been way richer. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you that much, bro. I got just enough half to get me, to where I need to be. And if I had a little bit more, I would have had a different character, sure, but I had more money.
How do you notice the variance of negotiation strategies amongst different cultures?
Yeah, well, listen, the negotiation strategies are going back to ancient Babylon. All right, you go to the Diamond District and you're going over there. It's the same lines they used from long, long ago. It's the same game over and over. But negotiation and strategies is based upon options. Right? And some negotiator might be able to talk somebody in and get a better deal. But, for me, I'll get an offer over here, get an offer over there, and an offer over there. And then you're shopping around. Now, there's some people that are strategic and they could squeeze you without getting that offer. And they have that skill. That's not my particular skill. I want to do business simply and plainly in long term. I don't want to sit here and bargain with you back and forth. I really don't. I feel like it's a waste of my time.
So what are the best ways to negotiate a good deal?
What's the best way to negotiate a good deal is say, this is all I have. That's what I do. And say somebody, like I was buying a gem at the gem show. Mm-hmm. It's a emerald. The emeralds, guy says 9,000. I look in my pocket, says, man, I got 6,500. You want it? He's like, no, it's too low. I'm like, my bad, bro. I walk around, I go to the next guy, I look at the emerald over there, I go to the next. I walk around, he's like, come, let's start something. Emerald costs 6,000. He don't want to make just 500. That's not worth it. So he's like on some no, but then he's like, yeah, I'll take the 500 and I'll get to know this business and I'll start something. So to walk away or to say, this is all I have, if you come in there like you got all the money and you got this, then people are going to go whatever. But that works in that particular instant for me. It's like a little mind game. Well, listen, man, I got 6,500 for you. Ah, man, my bad, bro. Then you walk and you shop and you do and you this and you that. They'll take it. And they'll make a little bit off of you if they like you. Okay? Because then they're like, I'll give this guy. You can't run a business with a 10% markup. You know what I'm saying? Your job is to get 100% markup. The other guy's job is to get a 10% markup. You meet each other 50-50, whatever. But they'll take the 10% because 10% is better than nothing, but you have to prove it in their mind that that 10% is better than nothing and they don't feel like they're giving you something that you got away with some.
What are some of the biggest negotiating mistakes that people make?
What would be, well, the biggest mistake I would make is I don't have the knowledge of the price. If you don't have a framework of the price, then you're just spewing numbers out back and forth. You know what I'm saying? But if you know the price and what is a negotiation, man? This ring I'm selling for $6,500. It cost me $4,000 to make. Will I take $6,000? Sure. You know what I'm saying? Will I take $5,000? If my cost is $4,000, why not? $1,000 in my pocket. But can I run a business by doing that? Not really. So, now you have to buy this ring. What are you going to tell me? What are you going to do?
How come the price of jewelry is so up in the air between pieces? Like that could be 6, another piece could be 8. Visually, they look pretty similar.
Yeah.
Same with gold chains or pendants. I feel like I see prices range.
The price depends upon materials, gold, diamonds, and then labor. Okay? So it's labor, materials, and that's pretty much it. The design work, the 3D modeling is as well. Now, this ring might be prettier than the other ring, so you could get that one for the same materials, but it'll just be. And this one is this. But it's the romance of the business. You know what I'm saying? Nobody needs any jewelry. You get it because you want to adorn your body before it turns to dust. So you, and that's a game you want to play. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think of gold as an investment?
I think it's a good store of value. It's never really an investment, but it is an investment when they're printing as much money as they are. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to account, it's denominated in dollars, and dollars are being printed on a scale of 1 trillion extra per year or whatever, right? The interest is 1 trillion or what have you. So then it becomes an investment to some degree, especially when you have these nefarious activities going on between China and this. Now, Trump's got the balls to be able to steady the ship, so to speak, which I'm very impressed through the tariffs, through everything else. When you get a idiot like Joe Biden or whoever, Ocasio-Cortez in there, you can't give head to lower the deficit. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to do serious shit. And they don't even have the comprehension to find out what's going on. And that will mean that the gold price will go up. And then gold will be an investment. It'll be the only way you could get some penicillin if the whole collapses and you have to rummage through the wreckage. You never know what can happen. Or you could just be better off buying the S&P 500. But the good thing about gold is you get to hold it in your hand. Yes, sir.
Have you made a lot of money from appreciation of your inventory?
Yes. It saved the day.
What do you mean it saved the day?
I mean, I've had pieces that I've made that cost, I manufactured $300,000 worth of and to scrap it shortly after you manufacture it'd be $250, but the gold price went up from $2,000 to $3,500, so now I could scrap it for $300 plus $1,000. So that didn't sell, I scrap and melt and get my money back, which is amazing. Man, the people for gold did 10x in the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you're running a jewelry store with gold chains, it was the most profitable business you could have had, because your inventory, you bought $1 million worth of gold chains. If you didn't sell a single gold chain in your store, you had $10 million worth of gold chains. If you did sell them, you took the profit and reinvested it, you had more. Not a lot of businesses where you open up a business filled with inventory and you didn't sell a single piece and 20 years later you're up 10x. So that is, but it's not a business people think about because they're not expecting, people to rob trillions of dollars on Afghanistan war or whatever. They don't understand. They don't comprehend how these evil forces that are really actually there, the stealing of it and whatever else is actually out there, man.
Why do you think that people on the street are so clueless about the price of gold? Those are my favorite videos when you go up on the street and you ask people how much something is worth.
Yeah.
And people are clueless.
Yeah.
They have no idea what the value of gold is.
That's not their everyday lives, man.
But should people know at least what the price of gold is per ounce? A rough estimate, because it's money.
People should be like angels, but forget about what they should be doing. It's, what they're knowing. And, money is a game and everybody's responsible for playing it smart. You know what you're doing with money. Everything you're doing is thought out and thoughtful. And I watch your videos and you know about this, about that. And I love it. So, and you play the money game and you give out the advice to the money game as well. And if you listen to yourself, well, why don't they watch the iced coffee hour? Why don't they listen to Graham? Why not? Why are they sitting there watching to a Cardi B shaker? Why are you sitting here and, going to the strip club and twirling on a pole? Why aren't you studying? I mean, I'll tell you why, because something's wrong. That's why.